like going live, you are causing us more problems. He doesn't
Hmm.
understand because of the mental capacity he was at, not on his medication. So he didn't
Hmm.
understand the stuff he was doing was causing me and my mom problems. Like I just recently got into a creator program for my lives on TikTok, and it requires me to go live like 3 times a week. So
Hmm.
doing that and working on other stuff, it's just that every time there's a lot of people that have come for me that have been exposed for horrible things, and when they continuously like cause hate towards me, that's where it mostly comes from, and it stems from a lot of the stuff that other people that I'm associated with, like it's like guilty by association. When other people do
Hmm.
stuff, they blame me for it.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Your father is has his own TikTok, right? And the thing is, when you
Yeah.
invite social media into your life, even just a little bit, things kind of can take over and snowball from there. People like a train wreck, and people like to watch it happen. I think too, with your dad being the way that he is, obviously he needs help. I can't, we can't tell you what to do, Tofia, but what I really think here is that with what you're going through on a personal level with your father, and I know you want to establish yourself on a social media level, but you're in a situation now where you're being evicted, right? Do you have a place to
Yes.
go?
Yeah, we're able to get a place. We just with the money that we have, we're going to use that towards paying the rent. So that's we have a place.
Okay, so you have a new place to go.
Yes.
Okay, so you have a new place to go. There's a lot of people too who were concerned about, the dog, about your dog, Hershey.
Yeah. She's coming
Okay,
with us. My mom won't get rid of her. My mom loves that dog too much. So,
well, I
we're
think
gonna make sure that she has a place where she can, you know, have open space and, be able to go outside and stuff like that.
okay. And I think that was a big concern for a lot of people. You're in a house or you're in an apartment with a dog who is 2 to 3 years old and does not go outside. You have still have puppy pads for, because even though he's trained to the puppy pads, he doesn't go outside. And I don't think this is a very healthy environment for you. And listen, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor of any kind. I'm just saying from what I see and from the outside looking in, it's not a very healthy environment to be in.
Yeah, well, uh, I don't like the comment saying that we do take her out. It's just that Hershey doesn't use the restroom outside. She won't. She uses the restroom inside. She was trained to like that.
I and you can kind of see though where a lot of people would feel weirded out by that, because
I,
Hershey is
I I
trained to.
understand that people should have concern for the animals, but my family, we would never abuse animals like that. We make sure they're well taken care of.
Well, here's the thing. In a I don't know how big your apartment is, but in an apartment, from the hallway was lined with puppy pads. The only time I see that as acceptable, and I'm being honest with you, the only time that's acceptable is if you're training the animal and you're training the dog, because you expect the dog to have accidents, right? In a house, in an apartment in that size, where there's you, your mom, your brother, and your dad, plus the dog, that size of a place where the dog has puppy pads lined up down the hall, you can't tell me nobody's stepping on that. You can't tell me that doesn't leave an odor. There's a reason why we train our dogs to go outside, despite, even if we have puppy pads. Puppy pads are for puppies, right? Unless they have an incontinence issue, your dog should be going outside. And I think that's nature. I think that's better for him. Um, I mean, that's on the outside looking in.
Yeah, we do take Hershey outside to use the restroom, but she won't. She for some reason she just uses it inside. Like when we take her out, like she'll pee
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, but like poop and stuff like that, she won't do it outside.
Okay. Okay.
But we do take her out and we try to like get her to use the restroom, but that's a
Mm-hmm.
problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I mean, uh, you're at this point right now. You know, you're like I said, you saw what happened yesterday. You've been, you've been getting bullied. You have the cops are coming to your house or to your apartment. What are the real next steps? I want you to be realistic here. I know you don't want to get off of social media, but Tafia, I really think you have to be realistic here and even consider just taking a break.
Well, as for like next steps, like I had to be really careful about having my address, like people getting my address, because that was the main issue is that people got my address from online and doxed
Mhm.
me from
But
two
if you're
years
going,
ago.
but think about it this way: you're going to move. I'm assuming you're moving, and your dad is moving along with you, right?
He's not here right now. He's still in jail. They lifted. He had a they we have to go to court because they claim, like I said, the police claimed he held us hostage, which was not true,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we're actually fighting that. And
Okay, but
so,
what But Tofia, listen, he's in jail right now. He's not going to be in jail for, assumingly, he's not going to be in jail forever. So even if you move into a new place, let's say you move into a new place 2 weeks from now, if he's doing the same things that he was doing before, which is posting your address, taking photos of your apartment, posting that on Twitter, it's not going to be hard for people to find out where you live. So again, I'm asking you, is this a healthy situation? Because I don't think it is. Because if you're realistically saying that the best move for you is to make sure that people don't have your address, I think that's the wrong move because your father is still sick. If he's not getting the proper treatment, then how can you protect yourself? He's not able to protect you. You're an adult now. You're 28 years old. He is
yeah.
very ill. He needs to get his medication. He needs to talk to a doctor. He needs to get settled. Your mother is not able to watch him. Nobody is able to do that. Being on social media and saying that you're going to make sure you're going to hide your address, it's impossible. He's going to show your address eventually.
But and it's not that. It's just like even if I get off social media, when he posts on social
Mhm.
media, it causes my mom to get bullied and harassed. So they still would be attacking my parents whether or not I get off social media. And as
But that's
for
but
like I've explained to
what I'm
people,
talking about is but Tofia, what I'm talking about is you, protect yourself. It may be best in the best interest of all parties involved is to take a break from social media, help your father get the help that he needs. And if maybe you're not willing to help him, that's fine. But then you need to break away from this toxic situation. Because I'm telling you, you move 2 weeks from now, you're going to be in the same situation. He's going to tweet out your address or something that shows where you live, and the calls doesn't stop. People will continue to send the police to your house. You continue the cycle.
see, the thing that I explained to people on my live stream is the stuff that I got through TikTok. Now because of the situation, obviously the money has to go towards rent. But the things that I'm going to be doing a take step for is like I told them I was going to save to get a house to be able to buy a house and make sure that I have for like electricity, stuff like that, and make sure that the bills are paid. That was what I
Sophia,
was going to do.
you're not listening. You're not listening. This is not a money problem. This is a personal, I need to see what I need to do for myself problem. I am 28 years old. My father is severely ill. He needs his medication. He's not willing to take his medication. My mother cannot help. My brother is doing his own thing. What can I do for me? Am I going to stay in this situation? Or am I going to move out of this situation? Or am I going to help my father? You got to decide. You can't, staying on social media is not the answer. I'm telling you, it's not the answer. Not right now, it's not.
Yeah, I understand that social media is not the answer, But that's what these people want, is for me to not be on social
But
media,
what? But
because then
Sophia,
they
what
celebrate
do you
that.
want? But Sophia, stop worrying about what they want. Everybody and every single creator has somebody that does not want them on this app. You cannot go on the basis of that. You have to go on the basis of what you need. Are you going to sit here for the next 10 years in your doing this with your father and your mother and just to prove a point to us, to social media, that no one
But
wants
it's
you to
not
prove?
like, it's not trying to prove a point. Right now, I cannot leave my situation. It is very difficult to leave my situation. Right now, I
But
can't
then,
do that. I just,
so
I can't.
have you?
I've had a lot of
Mm-hmm,
trouble. Like, I've explained to people that I've had a lot of trouble getting a job, just how I have been treated. Just when I go up to ask for like an application or things like that, just how certain people just react towards me. And it's
mm-hmm,
been very difficult for me to get a job. I've tried in the past. I went to training, I did a lot of stuff, but see, with the
mm-hmm,
Dunkin' Donuts job, I applied there and they literally told me they didn't have a job. But when my dad
mm-hmm,
called, all of a sudden they gave me a job. He's the one who helped me get that job. And it
mm-hmm,
was really weird to me because I was like, why would you say that, oh, you don't have a job, and then you just give me a job? She said,
right.
I'm giving you the job, but I have to do the interview. And then I guess that's when she started regretting it and started like bullying me at work. And when
What
I
I
do
think the best.
apply,
Mm-hmm.
oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, well, what I was gonna say is there someone outside of your family, outside of your mom and your dad, that you can talk to? Are there some social services? Is there someone that you can reach out to? Because I think that this is a level beyond social media. I think this needs to be off of social media, and I think you need to talk to somebody that can help you and walk through with you what needs to happen. Because like you said, you tried this on your own, but I think you need somebody to help you, somebody who's actually in the city that you're in, that can help you get to these next steps. It sounds like you don't want to be in this situation and you're stuck, and your outlet is social media, but I'm telling you, I don't think that's the best outlook to have right now.
Yeah, I do
I know
have
it was
someone
hard for
to.
you to get a job in the past, but there's some things I'm sure you can learn from that job, that, whatever happened, the bullying, there's got to be a next step here.
Yes, I do have someone I can talk to.
Hmm. I mean, what are you going to do? Because I'm just saying, you can't. This is not it, Sophia. This is not it. Saying that you don't want to give people what they want, you could pause your social media account, come back in a month or so, whatever, and do something different. But you should focus on getting out of your situation and not staying buried in it.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I can help you with to do that, I'm just saying, sitting here starting a GoFundMe, asking for a few $1,000s, that's not going to help your situation. That might help you, that's a little bit of a band-aid, but that's not going to help the situation when you're stuck in a toxic environment.
Yeah. See,
Have you
with the
considered going to therapy?
GoFundMe, I didn't make the GoFundMe because, well, I did need the help, but someone told me to make it, and at that point I was like, people are just going to say I'm a scammer and all of this
Mm-hmm.
stuff because of the GoFundMe. And I've told people that before, because people have said, "Oh, make a GoFundMe, we'll help you." And I said no, because then people will say I'm a
Who are these
scammer.
people? Who are these people that are telling you to do this? Who are
Um,
they?
there's some supporters that are online that have been
Are they?
supporting before.
Are they supporters of yours?
Yeah,
How do you know
yeah.
that they're supporters?
Well, they, well, see. there's a lot of stuff that like I've exposed about people, and they've been really supportive and helpful about sending like
Sophia,
helping
that has
me.
nothing to do. That doesn't make them a supporter, honey. That just makes them participating in what you have going on. That's not a supporter. If they're not helping you and talking with you and really helping, trying to help you seek real help, that's not a supporter, honey. That's just somebody who's enabling you right now.
Some of
And
them
you're being
have been
enabled.
trying to, some of them have been trying to do that. Some of them have, but they literally have stressed the fact because when I go live, it's nothing but negative comments that I've been trying to clear to make the live streams positive and welcome for everyone. But it's very difficult when people are like, they say something like racist, they say slurs or something, and it hurts
Mhm.
other people. Not, it's
But what
not
I'm
hurting
telling you,
me.
but Sophia, you know you can filter that stuff out, right? You know, when before you even start a live, you can filter out, certain keywords so it never shows up on your screen.
Yeah,
So even
we
when you're
have
in a live,
words filtered on my life. It's just that when
okay.
we do that, they get worse. And like I just try to ignore it. Sometimes I defend myself,
Hmm.
but they
Hmm.
take it out on me because they say, "Oh, you're silencing us. Oh, you don't want to hear the truth." And
I'm telling you, Sophia, you keep bringing it to social media. You keep talking about this. You have to find a different outlet. This is not working. What I'm trying to tell you is this is not working. You're going back and forth with people who are trolling you, who are enabling you. You're not getting anywhere though. You're creating what you created as yourself is surrounded by a toxic environment at home. And when you log onto this app, it's just toxic even more. And you're not able to control it. You're not even monetizing off of it. You're not
well,
making anything better for yourself by being in
I
this
have to.
situation. You have to get out of the situation. You have to understand that you cannot worry about them winning. You have to tell yourself Sophia needs to win. How do I win? You have to get out of this situation. You need to log off the app, shut it down, and focus on your personal life, whether or not you're going to live with your parents, how you're going to get out of this, talk to a counselor, talk to a therapist, and find your way out, fight your way out of this, because social media is utilizing you as a joke right now.
Mhm.
That cannot be what you want.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you here. I'm trying to give you some encouragement. I mean, you have to understand that this is not social media is not for everybody. But you can change it around. You can make it for you, but you got to be in the right mindset to do that. Cuz constantly getting beat up on this app and then getting beat up, mentally when you log off because your dad is now in jail because allegedly he threatened to harm you guys, whether that's true or not, Sophia, that has to be taking a mental toll on you. Because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, this is your dad.
but see, the thing is, when exposing people, they're gonna attack you and beat you up mentally.
Why are we back
But
to exposing Sophia? Forget about exposing them. Why does it matter to you to expose them? What about you on a personal level? You're the one who has
but
to deal with your father. You're the one who has to deal with your mother. Forget everybody else. Stop letting us into your personal life. And I understand that your father can still turn on this app and do what he does. But what are you going to do? Are you going to get out of the situation? Or are you going to stay in the situation? Do you want to move out or do you want to stay?
I don't want to stay in this situation. But I don't like.
Then let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about resources. There's got to be some free resources out there. There's got to be something. That's what you should raise money for. Raise money for the services to help you get out of the situation, not to move your problem, to get out of the situation.
Mhm.
That's what I want you to do. I want you to raise money to get yourself out of the situation, not to put a band-aid on it. I want you to see a
Yeah,
therapist. I want you to see somebody. I want you to talk to someone. This is not healthy for you.
I understand.
So can you make some sort of commitment to say, I'm going to look at, trying to get some therapy. I'm going to take a break from social media and see where I can go. Because right now your dad is in jail and people are just
Yeah,
laughing about it. And he's going to get out and people are just going to make more jokes. But you're the one who has to deal with this. You're the one who has to lay your head down where he's at burning mattresses, doing whatever he's doing. So that cannot be comfortable for you. That has to give you some sort of anxiety.
yeah.
I really hope you hear me, Tofia. I really do.
I'm listening. I really am.
I'm not saying to get off of social media because they're going to win. This is their way of winning or whatever. They don't matter. You matter. You need
Mm-hmm.
to figure out your next steps and seriously take social media out of it.
Yeah.
And if you want some serious help with that, then you and I actually talk about that on a private, conversation, private phone call. What kind of resources we can find you out in where you live. I'm not going to state that out here, but where in the city that you live, there's got to be resources out there to help people in your position. But what I'm afraid of here is that you are reliant upon your parents and maybe even though you don't like what the attention, I think a part of you do like the attention. A part of you does, and that's a very unhealthy relationship to have.
Yeah, I understand.
Is there anything you want to add? I don't want to hold you. I don't want to hold you all night. Is there anything that you want to add?
No, that's about it.
All right, well, if you truly want to get some resources, I have no problem with helping you find those resources, but I really want you to get off of social media and take a break and really ask yourself, what does Tofia want? I really
Mm,
want you to do that for yourself. And then you and I can talk on Instagram or whatever. We can call each other on Instagram and we can talk about resources in your area. Because I know that there are people, if you really want to get the help, that are going to be willing to help.
okay.
But this, getting on social media and telling people you don't need a job, you're better than that, you don't need this, you're going to make your money all of here, that's not going to make people any happier or make people want to support you. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All
Okay.
right. All right. We're going to go ahead and end it here. Okay. So please
Okay.
reach out to me.
Okay.
I don't, uh, I don't know, you guys. I don't know if she's gonna. I really, really do hope that she gets the help. I really hope she looks at this situation because, like I said, getting on social media is not going to help anybody. It's just not.